I'm like, I was getting ready to hit the intro and I saw Trina Baker talking about, oh crap. What's that mean, Trina? Trina, don't be scared coming over here now. Girl, it's not like that. It's okay. Y'all are funny. Okay, guys, how's it going? I came to get a little kiki before bed. What is going on? Um, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Um, Trina, don't be scared, sis. I know it's what is it, 9:30? Girl, it is you might and I don't even know if you're on the East Coast or not, but it's okay, sis. Gotcha. It is gonna be painless. Okay, let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. You ran to the comments. I was hoping this would happen. Really, Rita, you called it up? Girl, remember how Prince said, I called you and didn't even have to use your phone number? Okay. Remember that? Girl, Prince used to get deep with it. Okay, guys, we're going to get started in just a second. Come in, um, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, however you want to call it. Make sure you're subscribed, and let's get into this. Bougie gang, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Real Talk Bougie. We are here for some evening kiki before bed. So if you're not here for some kiki, well, it's okay. Because that's what we get ready to kiki for a minute. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because you're going to want to. And then hit your notifications to all so you can always be notified every time I hit that go live, post a video, drop a community post, whatever, okay? And then if you have not yet, go ahead and hit that thumbs up because likes do matter, okay? Y'all, what a day. This has been kind of a crazy day and I had to come talk to you guys. I'm sad about Rich Homie Quan. I really am. Um, Walk Through was one of the songs they played at our wedding. Of course, when we were making our entrance into the ballroom, and the 911 call had me really choked up. I'm very sad. Also, I'm just sad. I'm sad about it. Also, with YSL, hearing the testimony about his dad's barbershop. Um, just kind of what has been discussed over this period of time. Um, it's just sad. It's very sad. And it's bad news. It's very much bad news because, we really connect with these artists and we listen to their music and we watch their videos and it's very, very sad. So I just, what it seemed like he went quietly in his sleep. If you guys heard the 911 call, the girlfriend said he didn't come to bed last night. He was laying on the couch, enjoying his home. She said she woke up, he was sleeping on the couch. She thought he was sleeping. She went to take her son to school. She put a blanket over him and came back. He hadn't moved. And then she went to check on him, like, he's not waking up. So she went to check on him and she said he wasn't breathing. His heart, she couldn't feel a heartbeat. She called his dad. And then she, I guess maybe he didn't pick up right away. She called 911. And then they started walking her how to do, I guess, get a defibrillator and maybe do compressions and stuff like that. It's very sad. So, um, I'm just, I guess my relief came from he was home, he was with family, he was in a peaceful place, and it wasn't some sort of violence or something like that. So, we never know the time, the hour, that it's going to happen. But yeah, I just wish him the best. Very, 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 very sad news. So, um, then I wanted to bring you like this whole thing about the gag order response. I was trying to do a few things. I was listening to the live. Pam did a live and went through the whole entire document. It was the Bible lady prayer meeting notes for me. It was the transcript of the Bible lady videos for me. Um, this is the craziest thing. Like Fulton County does not fail ever. Fulton County does not disappoint. They just don't. They do not disappoint. Trina Baker, baby, thank you for becoming a member and thank you for gifting a membership. Thank you so much. See, this was very much painless. So I appreciate you very, 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 very much. Thank you for making it official and thank you for offering to a friend. That was really, really very, very OG of you. So thank you very much. Pam's lives are always good. Who said Pam's live was really good? Really fun, yes. And they always are. Absolutely. Um, I just cannot believe how one person can inject themselves into so much. I mean, we'll get what shall we talk about that first? Um, some of you may or may not have seen that video. I don't let me see. I know Sylvia would go and get her videos and she would put them up um on her channel and it would just be almost unbearable because the way she would run it through was really hard. Girl. Um okay, this part, infamous Sylvia, when he said, I was like, my God, you have been like, she's catching strays now, which, hey, look, you got to be in it to, if ma'am hadn't gone to go visit the felon, then she wouldn't be on here. So you can't really feel sorry, right? So now she's in the motions for um Nesto's trial. So she's inserted herself, but officially she's in the documentation. She YSL, she got arrested. She was asked to leave this week. Her videos were tagged. And she spoke on the jurors. What else was there? I mean, it's like, my God. Now you're in, and then you're in this. It's like, damn, sis all over the place. CW, thank you for gifting a friend. Aren't you so sweet? Thank you. Who got gifted? Diva. Is it Diva Nike? Diva Nike, you got gifted. And when our good friend Trina, our new bestie, Trina, who did Trina give? Trina gifted the Funeral Duchess. Okay, put some bingos in the chat. Okay. Okay. So this is what I wanted to talk about. Initially, this is really what I wanted to talk about. Can we talk about this first and then we'll talk about Sylvia for a bit and then I'm going to bed because today's been a lot. You guys know tomorrow, um, Jennifer's man, Christian Gold, has court, right? Now, I don't think I'm going to be surprised if he leaves. Simone from Girl Is That Legal is going to be there tomorrow. And at the end of the day, I would be willing to put some money on he's not leaving. I just don't think he's leaving and I'm going to tell you why, okay? Um so of course I was checking the docket earlier. If you guys hadn't caught it, go check on Simone's channel. um she did an interview with the baby mom of the last two kids. I probably still have about 30 or so minutes left. It was roughly about like an hour 15, hour and 20-minute interview. Did we not like when he started talking to Jen? It's possible there was some overlap when he was breaking up with that girl and getting with Jen. No man is breaking up with the baby mom and you literally just had a baby. He had a baby under 1 years old. He had a 2 year old and a 1 year old. Sis had babies back to back, and Jen was with him. By the time Jen and he came to the YouTube streets, they'd already been together for several months, and the baby's 1 years old, had just turned one. So what does that mean? He left a woman with a newborn. I mean, I don't know. According to her, Jen more than likely was a side chick, and I can believe it. I can definitely believe it. And I feel like we already saw this. We already saw it. We already knew it. Um, at the end of the day, this is a mess. If you hadn't seen the interview, go check it out. Um, this is what I saw today on the docket, and I thought this was very interesting. I'm just like, he might not be leaving. I don't know what kind of lawyer he's bringing with him, but he better bring somebody who has all the answers, because I don't know if this is going to go how he wants it to go. So this was filed yesterday. Okay, let me pull this up so you guys can see it. Hold on, let me move the happy couple out the way. Um, so this was filed yesterday, as you can see, 9/4/24. This is the state of Georgia against Christian LaSalle Walden, aka Christian Gold. Also, you got to go and at the beginning of the video, Simone just kind of mentions, I guess she said she'll talk more about it tomorrow. I think they served her with a cease and desist. Okay. So he's obviously watching and not happy. Um, okay, look at this. So comes now Janice Davis, community supervision officer. Okay, so remember, this is the person who documented on Christian when she's the one who filled out the other form, basically reporting that he'd left the country, right? So comes now, what is Lambo eating? Come here. This dog, it's nonstop with this dog. Okay. Comes now Janice Davis, Community Supervision Officer, in the name and behalf of the state of Georgia, and bring this action against Christian LaSalle Walden, hereinafter called the defendant, and shows the defendant entered a guilty plea to the offense false imprisonment in the September term 2015. That this court on the 16th day of September 2015 did sentence the defendant to serve 10 years to serve did sentence the defendant to serve as follows: 10 years to serve 7 in custody as to count 1. that this court, by proper order, however, permitted the defendant to serve said sentence on probation, the terms and conditions of which are fully set forth in the copy of said sentence, which is attached hereto, marked as Exhibit A, and specifically incorporated herein. And we read that document, did we not? Right? So here we go. The defendant has violated, and this was on the other document, but wait till we get down to the bottom and see this. The defendant has violated the terms and conditions of probation in the following particulars. Number 6, so he did this on several occasions. So condition 6, so he violated condition 6 documented at least 3 times, and these are recent occurrences. If they go back, he's been violating. So it's not even he just violated, he's been violating, okay? So the defendant has violated the terms and conditions of probation in the following particulars. Do not change your place of abode, move outside of the jurisdiction of the court, or leave Georgia without permission of the community supervision. In that, on or about 7/18, the defendant traveled to the state of California without permission from the community supervision officer. We know that, right? Again, same thing. Do not change your place of abode, move outside of the jurisdiction, leave Georgia without permission. On July 6, 2024, the defendant left the country, went to Switzerland without permission of his community supervision officer, without permission of the Honorable Judge Norfolk. Again, do not leave your place of abode, move outside of the jurisdiction, et cetera, et cetera. In that, on or about 7/2, the defendant left the country, went to Italy without permission of the community supervision officer and without the permission of the Honorable Judge Norfolk. Do not change your abode. Again, in that, on July 29th, the defendant admitted to leaving the state without permission. So he admitted to having left, right? Then, did he not say in the Carlos King interview that he had finished paying his restitution? Do you guys see this? Special condition, pay as directed. In fact, the defendant has a remaining balance. He still has a balance of $9,895 in restitution. How is the $6 million man still running around with a damn under $10,000 bill? You are running around, you still owe 9,000 as of yesterday when this was clocked in. Sir still has a $9,895 restitution. The defendant last made a payment. Girl, the $6 million man is over here making $150 payments. That's a good lunch in Atlanta, okay? Last payment on July 26, 2024, baby, he paid $150. He said he was worth $6 million to Carl. Did he not say 6 million? Carlos King said, how much are you worth? About 6 million. Why does the $6 million man running around with a diamond encrusted Rolex, very, very limited edition, expensive ass Rolex, running around with a $9,895 restitution, still not paid, and it's damn near 10 years. This guy's riding around in Rolls Royces, Bentleys, flying here, flying there, paying for a wedding, all of these things. We don't know what he's paying for as far as the wedding is concerned, but he's involved in some transactions that could potentially be his, right? With the wedding. So we don't know if Jennifer's paying for everything, which one can assume. This man has not paid off his restitution, but he's running to go get married. Okay. And you can go get married here, I'm sure, for under $100. Okay. Because that money that they're getting ready to spend, even if they're being reimbursed by a magazine or the TV channel, by BET or whomever, um, People magazine, which I'm sure it's not People, but at the end of the day, come on, okay? So wherefore the state of Georgia prays that the citation for revocation, okay? Wherefore the state of Georgia prays that the citation for revocation of probation be served on the defendant and that the defendant be directed to appear to this court on a day to be fixed by the court and at the time to show cause why probation should not be revoked. And this was on August 25th, but remember this got clocked in yesterday, right? So this got clocked in, and so it's e-signed by Janice Davis. They show walk in, um, end date 8/24/25, approved by TW. So then here's the actual order. Check the order out. This is the order, and it is e-signed or it's signed. Maybe it's a wet signature by Nora Polk. Having read and considered the foregoing petition, it is hereby ordered that the defendant be served a copy of the same and that the defendant show cause before me on September 6th, tomorrow, at DeKalb County Court at 9:30 to see why said probation should not be modified or revoked. I think he's done. I really do. I think he's done. I mean, Jen might not be able to run. They could already be married because keep in mind, they're going to Europe to get married. Getting married in Europe doesn't give you a legal marriage. I mean, it's a marriage, but it's not, you still would have to do a civil service here. So whether they get married in Europe or not, they still need to get married here in the United States for it to be legal here, right? They don't live in Europe. So I don't know that they can even get a civil. In Europe, typically you have a civil and then you have your religious ceremony, whatever your religion or, spiritual situation is. So they're not going to have a civil wedding in Europe. They're not citizens of Paris. So they're going to have maybe some sort of a spiritual situation, um, something for show. Who knows? I like I said, they could already be married. Something was telling me today to search and see if I can, if there's any marriage records, if they actually did a civil service, because it wouldn't surprise me. It just wouldn't surprise me. But I do think that based on this, so the judge signed it, his supervisor, his community supervision officer, filed that on 8/24. Gave it to the judge. The judge signed it on the 4th, and it was logged into the docket. And I saw this today, and I was like, "Ooh!" Now there is, if you watched over on Girl Is That Legal, she talked about filing a host of letters and the FBI complaints by some of his clients, and all of that is on the docket. I've read through some of it. I haven't read through all of it to even be able to kind of articulate some of the stories of, what it's looking like. But what it appears to be is that Simone wrote a letter to the judge and then also attached to it, it's over 40 pages, and basically stating it's basically the printout of the like the FBI online complaint form, and it don't look good. It does not look good. Jen should run just on some, girl, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem, but I cannot wait for tomorrow, because she's flying from Houston to DeKalb County Courthouse, and we're going to hear live what is going on. I'm sure sometime around lunchtime. And then tomorrow, also at lunchtime, guess what else is happening? There is going to be, you guys know, there's going to be a Rule 22 hearing in YSL, and we're going to hear about, I guess, if it's official, I've heard that they took Sylvia's Rule 22, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll wait to hear what Judge Whitaker says, whether she's taking it permanently or she'll have it back or she's no longer welcome, just to get the final word on that. And also, it's just it's another key. Like, it doesn't make a difference to me because I won't be going there. I don't report on that case like that. But girl, we gonna find out on tomorrow, right? And see what their findings are. Hold on, let me. Someone is chomping on something very crunchy. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Um, he's still up. Normally, he'll be asleep soon. He's starting to get tired. He's restless. I just let him go out. Everyone else is asleep. Farah came in here right when I hit the intro and came to get Portia. So it's probably because, his boo thing went to go sleep with Farah, and he doesn't go sleep back there. He still needs supervision, and I don't want him going into that part of the house, because sometimes he needs to get up and go pee late at night. So, and Farrah's not going to do that. So between me and Daddy, we'll let him out because sometimes he still goes out like at odd hours. So, oh, Cradle Cap is on her way to being a carpet muncher. She so desires to be. Ooh, well, look, I think in 2024, everybody is able to go and live their best life. If that's what sis wants to do, that's her business. Yeah, I'm not stopping her. Dang it, I have back to back meetings starting at 11. Everything is going to be posted, so don't worry about missing anything. But yeah, I would have your alerts, your phones charged because this is going to be popping off. Court is at 9:30. So who knows how long it's going to take. Let's just say it takes an hour, 2 hours. Let me see if I can pull up the doc. Hold on. Let me see. Uh, hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. You guys may have already seen this, but I don't know if this has been read or not. And I don't know. I don't want to read something that now it's already on the docket. Let me see. Hold on. I'll pull this up. Uh, so if you guys are familiar with the YouTube channel, um, Girl Is That Legal? She posted and she issued a attorney letter to DeKalb County regarding this matter. And I'm not going to read you guys the whole thing, because I don't know that she's even done this on her channel yet, but it's on the docket. But what I'll tell you is this: it's basically says, "Dear Judge Polk, we represent over 10 victims in the above referenced matter pro bono, all of whom have filed complaints with the Federal Bureau of Investigations regarding the financial crimes committed by Christian Walden." I always want to call him Christopher. Each of these victims have suffered significant financial losses at the hands of Mr. Walden, totaling $300,000. Enclosed are copies of the official FBI complaints for your review. Attached Exhibit A. The enclosed complaints, while not resulting in charges to date, offer compelling evidence that Mr. Walden's ongoing fraudulent activities. It is our understanding that Mr. Walden has requested early release on probation as well as a travel pass. We are writing to respectfully urge the court to deny these requests for the following reasons. Flight risk. Or risk of flight. Mr. Walden has demonstrated a consistent pattern of deceptive behavior and given a substantial sum of money involved. We believe he possesses a significant flight risk if allowed to travel. Many of his victims are deeply concerned that should he be granted a travel pass, he will not return to face justice, thereby evading accountability for his actions. We know Jennifer loves Paris. She loves, 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 loves Paris. And not to say she would ever leave the United States, but I don't think she would mind not coming back to the States for a while because we know she loves Europe. While these financial crimes are not yet uncharged, while these financial crimes are yet uncharged, the investigations are active and potential for charges for Mr. Walden remain high. Allowing him to travel or be released prematurely may hinder these ongoing efforts to bring him to justice. Given the gravity of the offenses and the harm inflicted on numerous individuals, we believe that granting Mr. Walden early release on permission to travel would be a disservice to justice and potential threat to public safety. We respectfully request the court carefully consider these additional facts and deny Mr. Walden request in light of the risk he possesses. Thank you. Okay. So, and that's Simone Redwine from the channel called Girl Is That Legal? Now there's it's 44 pages. I'm not going to go through all of it. I haven't had a chance to read the whole thing yet, but I think she said she's going to go through it on her channel and I would rather do it after she does it. I mean, it's posted to the docket and all of those things, but at the end of the day, I don't know what she's planning to do with that, so I don't want to kind of take anything away from that. Um, and maybe she's presenting that tomorrow after she goes to court. But I did see it on the docket, so I was like, "Ooh, let me read. Let me read this as well." Just to get more familiar, because I mean, we knew something was up with Christopher Walden. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that this guy wasn't, he was no bueno for Jennifer, but this seems to be the type of dude that Jennifer likes. So there's no surprises here, right? But like I said, I just don't think it looks very good based on this document because this was the second document that we'd seen like this. There was the initial document that was filled out by his community supervision, um his community supervisor, excuse me, that basically kicked off the warrant for his arrest. So this doesn't look good. So I guess that's that on that. We will have some updates tomorrow and see how that turns out. Um, thank God Jen is pretty because sis is on. Sis is an airhead. Ah, well, look, she's a very attractive woman, but where has that gotten her? It hasn't helped her much. You know what I mean? I think we need to normalize that looks aren't everything because, girl, some of the most beautiful women are some of the most miserable. And not that that's a rule, but you know what I mean? We can't, there's a lot of beautiful women that, may wish that they were happier, right? It hasn't, I'm not going to say it hasn't served her well. She's been able to make a living and all of those things pretty much because she's a very attractive woman. She's tall. Um, and, she's got, very stunning features and all of that. But at the end of the day, sis has hit a bunch of dead ends and, she's hit a bunch of dead ends with a bunch of creeps. So pretty hasn't really gotten her a prince, you know what I mean? Or a king. Or it's gotten her a king, but it hasn't gotten her like a true gentleman to treat her the right way and, all of the things that Christian Walden pretends to be, but is not. But I would definitely encourage you go listen to that interview because it was funny. The lady mentioned the baby mom. She didn't use her name, but she's obviously baby mom number 2, so that's what I'm going to call her. just in terms of order of his children. He's got the one older son that this is all kind of in reference to, because keep in mind, he's in this trouble because of the mother of his first child, his interactions with his first baby mom. The second baby mom, he had kids with back to back, and basically left her and went into this relationship with Jennifer. So there's no surprises there. Like none of that really surprised me at all, because he's definitely that type. Anyway, okay, let's pivot up off of here. And I'm going to go back over here because this was funny to me. I wish I could pull up. I feel like I know exactly which video this is, but I don't know which one. Okay, so this is infamous Sylvia's visit with Ernest after divorce filed. So how are you feeling about what happened? So how are you feeling about what happened a couple of weeks ago? Oh, let me go to my Patreon. Hold on. If you're in my Patreon, I'm sure you've seen these. And if you're in phone calls from prison, private, well, on their Patreon, I'm sure you've seen it. I didn't have this pulled up. Collections. Okay. And she hasn't been to see him recently. Okay, so after 4/8. 4/8. So I wonder if this was 4/19. The funny thing to me, before we go any further, the funny thing to me is they are really watching YouTube. How are you guys like I don't know. It's I mean, I didn't think they were not listening, but they are literally clocking all the tea. I don't know if they have people assigned to watch YouTube and the chatter around what's going on, because even like Sarah Boone, I always end up saying, like, even like Sarah Boone and Wade and all of those, there's been such a heavy following on social media. It's not just YouTube, it's TikTok, it's Instagram, maybe not so much Instagram, but some. Um, some cases will get more on X, or it just depends. But definitely they are watching what's going on. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so let's Okay, so this, let me share this. And this is on my Patreon. I know it's posted on our good friends Phone Calls from Prison, a YouTube channel we love to watch. Let me see this. Okay, let's see if we can find what they're referencing, because now it's like, well, damn, they're referencing it. So we got to take a look at it. And I have on here Sylvia and Nesto 419 visit after divorce was filed. So that's helpful. Let's see.
But 4 minutes late. My apologies.
And I'm just going to give you a heads up. We're not watching this whole thing. I just want to see what the transcript says versus what. Hold on, let me find the transcript. So, how are you feeling about what happened a couple of weeks ago? Let's find that. Just a second.
Oh, okay. It's okay. It's all right. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Hanging in there.
Are you sure you hanging? You sure you're hanging in there?
Oh, why you saying? Why you answer some sure?
Because there's a lot of things that's been going on, and I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Okay,
He's not going to answer anything.
What's going on that ain't been going on? The same
Well,
thing every day.
Yeah. I- Do you want to talk about it, or is it okay?
No, not really. I mean, you talking about 2 weeks ago,
No, no,
last
no.
week?
I'm talking about like a couple of days ago.
No, not really. I mean, that ain't nothing new to me. I mean, I'm be
Okay.
honest with you. That
Okay.
was
Okay.
you know, it's no surprises no more for me.
Okay. Okay. So
You know what I'm
have you
saying?
been served? Were you served?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't
No,
know? Okay.
I don't know nothing about none of that. So,
Okay. So how are you feeling about what happened a couple of weeks ago? We hadn't talked about that. How are you feeling about that?
well, how should I feel? They've been doing the same thing, lying. So, I mean, I can't make this stuff up.
Hmm.
I can't tell somebody, hey man, do this, check this out. People want to believe what they want to believe, and they're gonna make up what they want to make up. So it's clear. I mean, it's clear. It's just clear. I don't have no 14-year-old daughter.
Okay, let's stop right there. So, defendant gave video recorded interview to YouTuber blogger Sylvia Tumasimi, also known as Bible Lady, discussing the facts of both this case and other cases pending against him. Infamous Sylvia, Bible Lady, video visit with Ernest after divorce filed. YouTube, April 26, 2024. Oh, and genius. Well, let me not say it like that. Okay, because I have this posted in my Patreon. Phone Calls from Prison has it posted in their Patreon. Nobody has this posted, but guess who has it posted on YouTube? Like, this is in a private area on Patreon, right? But guess who has this posted on their channel? Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. So if Sonia's in the bushes right now, Sonia, when you run this back to tell Nesto about they pulled from Sylvia's videos, do you want to know who to blame? Because I really and truly, I'm going to blame you, Sonia. You know why? Because you're the one who set Nesto up with this lady. And guess what? They're not referencing Phone Calls from Prison. You notice that, right? They're not referencing Phone Calls from Prison, which Sylvia ran to the county sheriff's office to go get the visit to have it posted first. Remember that? She wanted to make sure she posted it first. She wanted to make them, it's not fair that people are making money, right? So she wanted to post it first. So it's on her channel. It's not Phone Calls from Prison. It's not anybody else on the YouTube streets but her. Nobody else posted it on their YouTube channels but her. Pinocchio the professional. The perfectionist in checkers. Okay. Let me go back to read this. Discussing the facts of both this case and other cases pending against him. Infamous Sylvia video visit with Ernest Williams after divorce. YouTube, April 26th. YouTube, and here's the link. The defendant made multiple prejudicial statements against the state, and Rule 3.6 authorized the state to respond. At the time of this filing, the hour-long video recorded interview has received more than 11,000 views. You sat and talked to Bible Lady on a video that has gotten 11,000 views, and you had the nerve to have Sean send a gag order. I was I when I saw what they did with this, I was waiting for them to start pulling the transcript and his marketing plan with Sonia on when are you going to go get an interview? You're setting up an interview. Okay, well, we're going to do this, and who are you talking to, and all of that. They have been making a effort to be out here, and we told them, like, when this was filed, even before this was filed, they're so stupid, right? This is the dumbest He's like one of the dumbest criminals to go down in history, I think. Even though he doesn't have to listen to the bloggers, and Sonia certainly doesn't either. But I think we talked a lot, and many others have talked about this a lot, on how silly it would be, because you can't try to quash the media and then use the media all at the same time. You just can't. I'm surprised he didn't bring up the Tasha K interview. Um, at the time of the filing, the hour long, okay, so 11,000 views. Several excerpts from the interview with timestamps are provided here. Okay. So we just heard this little piece here, and he is discussing the facts of the case as they stated. Um, if you have my Patreon, then you already have seen this. It's in the prayer partner folder. It's in the prayer partner folder. It looks like this. Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay. And if you have phone calls from prisons, Patreon, then look for, this is the call that they reference, and it's actually it's actually date stamped April 19th. That's the one that you'd want to go to see what you want to see. Okay. Um, but for me, I think it's posted May 11th. So okay. Let's So that's one thing. So they are making note. So what did Will Wooten say? Not only did he discuss the case, but he made several prejudicial remarks against the state. They're taking notes. They're taking notes, and they're not playing with these people. Is V here? Y'all, I don't know if V went to New York. V was outside over the weekend looking very beautiful. Go check out her shorts. She posted, she went to a Karen White concert, and looking very pretty. Okay, so this is what we just listened to, and then maybe let's listen to a little bit more, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm not gonna keep y'all. Extrajudicial statements that might otherwise raise questions under, okay. Let's go back over here for a minute, because I'm sure most of you have not all seen this, or you can go watch it over. It's,
You
I
don't
mean,
have a 14-year-old
sure you don't want to watch it at
daughter
Sylvia's.
in 2022.
No, come on now.
Okay.
Everybody know that.
What about your grandchild? Is your grandchild was 14 at that time?
I ain't seen my grandchild is 22 years old.
Okay.
Didn't you just see me in the graduation with her in 20?
Well, I haven't seen all your stuff. I'm not as
okay. I don't have all that going on. All that stuff is fluff. You don't have you charged me with the same charge 15 months ago. Okay. 15 months ago, you charged me with the same exact charge. Ain't that much change the date on it. Start me all over again. That's all it was.
Okay. What about
Okay, let's stop right there for a second. And here he is. They've transcribed the whole thing. Now some of this actually has to do with the essay, the sexual assault charges, because there was a younger minor child who made an outcry statement or something that they used as evidence in that hearing regarding the sexual assault. So this doesn't necessarily have to do with anything with the Rico, but I don't know if they're just using this particular as a pattern of his lies. But let's listen a little bit more. Hold on, let me flip back. Ooh, where was I? Oh, here I am. Okay.
because I saw in the paperwork it says contested divorce. Are you contesting the divorce?
And then so now she went from the talking about the kid to, and I think also one thing for me to say this too, we've hear them talk so much, and I know in the back of our mind, I'm sure in the back of my mind, I know he's discussing the case, But we've gotten so used to him discussing the case that I almost forget, like, even just a little pinky toe talking of the case, he's still talking about the case. Because I'm sure there are some people who are in jail who don't discuss their cases at all. Hey, how you doing? What y'all having for dinner tonight? I'm doing okay. Yeah, we chilling. I'm reading a book. I worked out. Da 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 da. Like there, I'm sure there are people not discussing their case, right? So this guy talks his case. Like it really made me think for a minute. He discusses his case a lot, but he's discussed his case so much that I kind of overlook that what he's talking about. Like he's really talking about a lot about the case, right? Girl, look at the shirt she's wearing. He has a pattern of talking to the media because who is Sylvia? Sylvia is a known reporter, independent, and she came initially really, I mean, she came to do an interview, right? She had questions, but she said God put it on her heart to pray with him, right?
I don't know nothing about what you're talking about.
No, it's in the documents. It's in the document that there's a contested divorce. In fact, there's a hearing on the 21st of May. So
okay, I don't know nothing about that, Miss Silver.
Okay.
I don't even know nothing about all that.
Okay, you don't know anything about it. Okay. It's a lot, isn't it?
You know, life come with a lot. You know.
Okay, let's see what it says on the document. Here's the thing, you got to stay strong through your trials. I don't think they got to that part yet. So this is at the 9 and 8 minute mark. Let's go to that. 9 and 8 minute mark. Hold on. Okay. This next excerpt is from 9 minutes 8 seconds.
And he tells me that don't ask me why, just do what I tell you to do. And I have to be faithful to what he says, because as long as he's pleased with me, it doesn't matter what anybody says. But as the human being that I am, it hurts. I'm just going to be honest. I'm sensitive and it hurts. So, and sometimes I can't draw to nor close to anybody but God. So he sees my tears. He knows how I feel when that's what happens, what others are saying. But sometimes at all.
No, it don't. So, see, one thing about it is you have to know what you're dealing with. See,
yeah.
I know my characteristic. I know the people around me. I know people when I deal with them. I know.
He said he knows his characteristics. So they cited 9 minutes 8 seconds, but I'm not hearing that part, but we'll just entertain this for just a few minutes. I didn't really want to show this whole entire thing. But we'll see. What do you say to people that's saying you're getting your karma? Is that okay? That's supposed to be the same video, 10:05. Let's see if we can find it. I think they're talking about another video because 10:05. Oh, they might be looking at 10:05 on Sylvia's video. Not this is actually this video is not Sylvia stopping and all of that. This is infamous Sylvia channel. Okay, now that makes sense. Okay, let's see.
What'd you say?
Well, first of all, I don't believe in karma.
Okay.
I don't believe in it. That's an old Chinese thing. I don't believe in all that. Okay. Mm-hmm. You can have a 5-year-old child walk across the street over there, get ran over. You can have a 5-year-old child looking at TV, minding their own business, playing with their toys and everything, and a stray bullet come through and kill them. You can have a dog just trying to walk across the street, okay, trying to find something wherever he's going, get ran over. You can have a stray deer in the night, get ran over by an 18-wheeler. Is that karma? That's not karma. That's just a way of life.
Amen.
So here's the thing. I'm going to win at the end. Trust me.
Okay.
I am going to win at the end of this journey that I'm going through right now. I'm going to win. sometimes, people are put in your ear, you got to watch who you pray with. People praying on your downfall.
Amen.
They're praying on your downfall.
Amen.
So, you know what?
Okay. Let's see.
Don't do that. Don't do this. And they say, well, how you know? You don't know what I'm going through. Well, if I went through some things, I should be able to tell you some things. If I don't go through nothing, I can't explain that. Correct?
Okay, let's go back over here. So he just talked about this excerpt right here. First of all, I don't believe in karma. I don't believe in it. That's an old Chinese thing. I don't believe in that. Okay, you can have a fight. So that whole thing. Um, it's interesting what he decided to choose. This thing about OJ Simpson was funny. Um, I got a pass from 32 years ago. Interesting. Okay, so I don't know nothing about that. Hold up, hold up, hold up. I got a pass from 32 years ago. I know. People change. Yes, okay. I know. You you right. Okay, let me find that part. All right. I feel like that's when he got a little annoyed because I think he was kind of a little annoyed with her at that point. I think he thought she was trying to.
Sense too. I use common sense.
No, she didn't say
It's
she
not
uses common
matching
sense.
up for me. It's not matching up at all. And I dig.
So listen to this. This is something that is interesting to me. If the investigators are like they know Sylvia from the YSL and now they're seeing like, oh, she's been over here visiting Ernest over in Cobb County. Interesting. Well, listen to this.
That's going on. Your
Personally,
personal. Yes.
personally, from what I have seen and what I have read and all that, it's not matching up for me. It's not matching up at all. Um, and I dig. Well, you don't know it, but I dig, and I use common sense too. I use common sense. Stuff is not matching to me. So therefore, if it like the OJ things Simpson say, if the glove don't fit,
Okay.
you must have quit.
Okay. Okay.
I know OJ Simpson that
No,
is.
I understand. No, I understand. Understand. I mean, it's not matching up. So,
Yeah.
um,
And I'm not saying that you don't have a past now. You do have a past now. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat that.
hold on. I got a pass for 32 years ago.
I know.
Okay.
People change. Yes, I know. You're right.
I've done a lot of great things since then. A lot of people don't never change, never do nothing good. Okay. I've done a lot of good, and I'm not gonna let nobody take that away from me. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
That's what people want.
Tell your good stuff.
I'm just saying I have because I done did a
Pat
lot
yourself
of.
in the back.
Huh? Oh,
Pat yourself in the back.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes we can forget that. We can forget that, and because of discouragements, things the things that you go through in life, it'll make you forget those great times and good things and good energy that you put out. Because so much bad energy is working towards you. You know how I feel to sit up there chained up with these orange on. You know how that feel, but you ain't sitting in that courtroom and you seeing them white boys sitting up in them police uniform, looking like they want to hang me on a tree. See, I've never felt that in my life, but I felt it that day 2 weeks ago when I
Oh, he's getting ready to get mad now.
tell you that's
That
not a
orange.
good feeling. You know what I'm saying? I never felt like that as a black man, but when I saw that and my mouth is shut and I can't really defend for myself, I felt that. Okay. And for them people getting up on that stand like that, telling them lies the way they tell them, and I can't say anything. Guess what? I have to remind myself it's just a preliminary hearing. It is not a trial. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to sit back and think. Now you can't get tricked. But a
Hmm.
lot of people using this to make money off of me, making a career off of me, and just making something
Off
to
of
have
me.
conversation about.
Off of me.
Okay, and I understand that, but we're in another world right now. If I wasn't who I used to deal with in the past, I'm gonna say that you won't never see me on no TV. You won't never see me on no internet. You won't even see we been doing no visit calls and all that. None of this wouldn't be important to nobody out there. Am
Yeah.
I wrong?
Yeah. Oh, it's just 2 minutes that I got. Let's go ahead. Let's pray.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back. So they use this whole. So she brought up that OJ thing. Why she would say that, girl? Okay. Um. He's hold up. I got a pass from 32 years ago. I know. People change. Okay, I know, right? You right. I've done a lot of great things since then. A lot of people don't ever change, never do nothing good. And then scroll down to, so she's saying, pat yourself on the back. The things that you go through in life, you forget those great times, the good things. You know how it feels to sit up there chained with this orange on. You know how that feels, but you ain't sitting in that courtroom and seeing them white boys sitting up there in them police uniforms looking like they want to hang me on a tree. I'm trying to think about, I'm no offense, and maybe I'm not remembering, but I feel like when Nesto was in the courtroom in April of 24, I don't really remember a bunch of white police officers or white deputies. Do you guys? Like, think about it. I don't recall. Maybe I would need to go back and look at Dennis. Well, who, maybe it was Pam's video or it could have been Dennis's video. I'm not sure. I need to go back and look. What is he talking about? I think it's something, I think he has selective memory on top of that. I don't remember that. Um, I feel like a lot of times the courtrooms are definitely very much giving chocolate. Um, I don't remember a bunch of white police officers in there. I don't. Maybe he's talking about well, okay, maybe he's talking about Fields, but I don't know that Fields wears a uniform, right? Um Madman ramblings, right? Okay. And for them people getting up on the stand like that, telling them lies the way they tell them, I can't say anything. Guess what? I have to remind myself it's just preliminary. Okay? It's preliminary. I have to remind myself. Okay? And I understand that, but we're in another world right now. If I wasn't who I was used to deal with in the past, I'm going to say that you wouldn't never see me on no TV. You wouldn't never see me on no internet. I feel like this is, if I wasn't who I used to deal with in the past, I'm going to say that you would never see me on no TV. You would never see me on no internet. I wouldn't be doing no visit calls and all that. None of this would be important to nobody out here. Am I wrong? So I feel like this right here is kind of like, well, you're opting in. It sounds like, well, you're opting in to be in this interview. You're opting in for social media. You're opting in for all of those things. He said, I ain't going to prison. I promise you that. Absolutely. I know that for a fact. Trust me. Oh, okay. For reasons set forth, the court should deny. So, yes. So, you guys may have seen this earlier. Pam went through the whole entire thing. Um, It's interesting that they selected that video. I'm going to be honest. There's so much out here for them to pick from. The 2 hour or damn near 3 hour telethon that he had. Was it 2 hours? It was a long time when he called Sylvia back to back to back. Sonia was there. And then even the sidebar phone calls when we finally got the global tel link of those calls. And it was the prep call with Sonia, her telling him what to say, what not to say, that she's given Sylvia questions or asked Sylvia to write questions out, all of those things. This has been very, even though it's been like a shit show, this has been very meticulously thought out, even though it hasn't been like the best plan. No, I'm saying Sonia had a conversation with Sylvia, and Sonia also had conversations with Nesto in between the calls with Nesto and Sylvia. So there were the calls where we could basically hear Sylvia sharing the call on her live, right? But these were all global tel link calls. So once the global tel link calls registered, phone calls from prison put out those calls. I think it was like 6 calls altogether because there was the prep call with Sonia and Nesto, and Sonia was prepping him, telling him what to say, how to say it, what to expect, hit all of the talking points. And then in the middle, when they got disconnected, there was another time that the call ran out. He's asking her, like, well, how am I doing? How am I doing? There were so many calls for them to pick from. I don't know that this was the best selection, but what I can say, the only thing that really rings out to me of this whole entire conversation uh, is that this last couple sentences right here makes me feel like he is opting in. This sounds like if I wasn't who I used to deal with, um in my past, I'm gonna say that you would never see me on no TV. You wouldn't see me on no internet. You wouldn't be doing no visit calls. So you're doing visit calls. You're doing interviews. You're opting in. So I feel like, to me, this dialogue with Sylvia towards the end affirms that he has opted in to this, to interviews, to dealing with the media and all that kind of stuff. That's just kind of what I'm hearing. Did she remove her hand from, what are you talking? Did she remove her hand from his backside? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Did she remove her hand? I'm not, what, I don't understand. uh, He's a willing participant. Absolutely. That statement right there is him opting in. She's a willing participant. Puppet. I love that for him. He's a puppet. There were so many other conversations with Sonia that I think would have been awesome. Oh, Ambi Bambi, thank you so much for gifting some friends. I did not see that. Summer Breeze, thank you. Let me go back and see if I can find them. Let me see. CW. I think I read that one already. Diva. Let's see if they come through. Thank you, Ambi Bambi. And thank you, Summer Breeze. Okay, it's catching up now. So let me see if I can catch them. What time was that? 9:43. Oh my God, that was an hour ago. Wow, we've been going for a minute. That should be way back there then. Let me timestamps. Okay. All right. I may not be able to scroll back that far. If you got gifted by Ambi Bambi, can you please put some bingos in the chat? Or Summer Breeze, can you please put some bingos in the chat? I'm sure you guys acknowledge that, but my bad, sis. Thank you so much for supporting. I just didn't catch who you gifted, but thank you so much. Thank you for spreading some love. I appreciate that. Summer Breeze. Thank you. Let's see who else. CW gifted. Thank you. And oh, Trina Baker. Trina Baker, you good? Where's our girl Trina Baker? Trina was like, "Oh, hey, oh no." I told you this was going to be painless and a few little kikis. Okay, so that was interesting. What else did I want to talk to you guys about? I feel like the minute that I sign off, it's gonna be like, oh man, I forgot to talk about this. Let me see what else do you guys have going. No, Nesto needs her attention. Look, I don't know. This is the deal for me. I think why did they pick a Sylvia visit to substantiate? Well, I guess she's a member of the press. She's a member of local media. She did go over there on some premises of interviews. So it does make sense. It makes sense. Um, I just feel like it's a miss that they didn't put Sonia in here. I would have loved that. I would have loved that for us if they would have had a Sonia reference rather than Sylvia because they had a whole entire plan. They had a social media plan that they were executing. And also, she sat up there on damn Tasha K. She sat up there on Tasha's channel and was trying to execute a strategy. So I'm glad he used what he used. It makes sense. But I also think that I mean he had a lot to choose from. So maybe it was just let's go with this because sis is also in trouble down the hall over there making trouble at YSL. So why not let's go ahead and pile on the Sylvia train since she also believes that the state is running after her. And I mean, at this point, I think the state is probably very well acquainted with her. No lie. So I guess it makes sense for them to pull a known disruptor from the halls of Fulton County since she's already over disrupting a whole nother situation. Maybe that part where she is trying to get him to identify who the minor victim is. I don't know. Possibly. That was I mean, it was an interesting conversation because they say that he has a child of a certain age and he says he does not, and he should know his children, right? So that's a possibility. I guess trying to get him to figure it out who a certain someone might be. That makes sense. Anyway, very interesting. I was kind of surprised because we just talked about this the other day, didn't we? That all these months had gone by, there's been no answer. The judge certainly didn't answer, but I think the judge's no answer is an answer because if there's no answer at this point, it's obviously not urgent, right? Or there's no answer, there's been no hearing. Now there's a hearing, so maybe they're going to talk about it in this next hearing that's coming up next week, but is it going to even be next week? I think it's hold on, I think it's not next week, but it's the week after. Okay, yeah, a week from Monday. Okay. Anyway, guys, I am getting tired. Normally I don't even yawn like that, but yeah, your girl's getting tired. Um boy bye. Mhm. Mhm. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. This was fun. I feel like I wanted to talk about something else and I can't think of it, but there's a lot going on tomorrow, so I will see you guys um on the YouTube street. So we'll do what we do. I feel like tomorrow is going to be YSL lunchtime because I want to know what Judge Whitaker is talking about in this Rule 22 hearing. I've heard Rule 22 argued previously, especially there was the time where they tried to deny Dennis, and I think we were privy to that. Um, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see what this Rule 22 hearing is tomorrow at YSL. See what what's going on with that, And then in the meanwhile, we should be hearing some news from the YouTube streets regarding Mr. Gold. Okay. Is he remanded back into custody? And I'm talking about Christian Gold, that is. Um, and just another pile on to the list of girl. See what messy behavior gets you? Girl, when you messy, everybody gets a opportunity to talk your business, right? This was messy right here. Sonia thinking it was a good idea to go sit on Tasha K's over a million platform and speak on another woman's husband. She's a bold side piece. Girl, that's a bold side piece move, huh? Sitting over there speaking on her friend Shirley Strawberry's husband, right? That's a bold side piece. Mm-mm-mm. Thank you, April. Christian, I think he's going to get remanded. If you're just now coming in, there was a document that was issued by his community supervisor and signed by the judge yesterday. Basically, tell me why I shouldn't lock you up. Give me, basically, give me a reason why we shouldn't lock you up. So that's going to be interesting on tomorrow, baby. And then, why did they pick of all of the audio and video that they could have used? Why pick Sylvia Tomasini? Why did they use these clips? I'm interested to know. Like, I feel like he talked to Dre, he's talked to Dion, he's talked to Lamont, he's said all kinds of things. Why did they pick Bible Lady? Y'all don't, I mean, it might be irrelevant, but I feel like it's like, well, she was up to some shenanigans over here. This guy's on another Rico. Here's another Rico she's involved in. Mm, okay. Interesting. I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't think she had one for YSL. I don't know that she still has one. She had one. That's what the judge said. You know Sylvia, the one who had a Rule 22? That's what she said. She said had. Now, when she said had, we know what had means past tense of have, right? So she said there was going to be a hearing tomorrow. So we're going to listen. We're going to do our lunch thing that we normally do. And we're going to go and we're going to see what Judge Whitaker is talking about over there. Okay. All right, guys. I'm not going to hold y'all too long. I told you I wasn't going to hold you. It's almost 11. Y'all have sweet dreams. We did a lot today. We were up, down, and around the YouTube streets. Maybe that part where she is trying to get him to identify. Okay, I read that part. Thank you everyone for the stickers, the memberships, everything. I appreciate y'all so much. Good night. Good night. Put all this together for the case against her. Shebe. Girl, Shebe, you gonna make me girl. Shebe. Hold on a second, Shebe. 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 What y'all think about what Shebe said? Baby. Mm. Girl, they gonna put her in a Rico activity? Baby, let me be quiet. Fraternizing with known felons, all of the baby. Look, my name is not Fonnie T. Everyone can get it Willis. What do I know? I am certainly not a lawyer. I am a mom blogger sitting in the workout room at my house. Okay, so let me be quiet. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a mom blogger. Okay? I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Did I say that? Baby. Shh. Allegedly. Period. Girl, this commentary is for criticism, entertainment, and teaching purposes because sometimes you got to let a bitch know. Okay? Okay. Pretending to be a passel. Ah! Ah! Even Shirley's like, didn't them people on the internet tell you to stop visiting my husband? Didn't them people on the internet tell you this man was trouble? Didn't this man? Now look at you. Okay, socials for Charles. Guys, once again, happy birthday. Happy birthday to all my Virgos. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Yes. All right, guys, let me let y'all go. I could talk to you guys all night and then where would I be? Then look at me. I'll be so tired trying to drive over to the school in the morning, baby. Okay, guys, have a wonderful evening. I will see y'all tomorrow. Make sure to like this live, hit the thumbs up for me. And if you're new here, welcome, subscribe, set your notifications, and you will see me on tomorrow. Okay, guys, have a wonderful evening and take care. Do we need an outro? Maybe we don't need an outro tonight. I'm going to just let y'all go. I'm going to let y'all go on. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to let y'all go on this. Walk it like I talk it. 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 Walk it like I talk it.